Special Agent Martinez, Special Agent Wall, Keepark, and Trelk are once more being sent on a mission to a distant part of neutral space. A trip that will take 3 months to complete in Trelk's cruiser. During the mission briefing, Wall explains that the Human Alliance has received an invitation by the Karugi, an advanced species that live 88 light-years away from Alliance space. The Alliance has little information on the Karugi, other than what they know from Proxenuthian archives. They seem to be very xenophobic, not involving themselves in matters in this part of the galaxy. Trelk injects that he has heard stories of the Karugi. They were known for having taken part of the Galactic slave trade. The rarer the slave, the more they were willing to purchase. But they always purchased slaves and never sold any. No one has even seen a Karugi in this sector of the galaxy ever since the virus that eliminated the Lentoro thousands of years ago. Keepark injected he had heard similar stories, and it was widely accepted that the virus that killed the Lentoro must have done the same to the Karugi. This is all basically ancient history from thousands of years ago. This call could be some sort of trap to lure them that deep into neutral space. Agent Martinez agreed that it could possibly be a trap. That is why they sent this team to investigate, as our outsider reputation is also well known. Trelk asked if he was able to bring his crew on this particular mission. Agent Wall said that once more, they will be going only with an automated ship, as he didn't plan to place any more lives unnecessarily at risk. Trelk objected, as his crew would be just more prisoners that just needed to be supervised by the special agents that were more than capable of doing it. Gromp voiced with an authoritative tone, "You forget, Trelk, I do things my way." Keepark smiled as he took a jab at Trelk. "Don't worry, I'll make sure the scary Karugi don't harm you." Special Agent Martinez informed the group that the ship was already stocked with supplies to last them at least a year in space, and enough weapons to fight a small war if required. With a grin, Keepark asked, "When do we leave?" Agent Wall replied, "In 10 hours, pack your things. This is going to be a long trip." 3 days into the mission, Keepark asked Trelk, "How much time is left on your sentence?" Trelk replied with a sigh, "Only 10 months, and I will be free of offering my services." Keepark asked with suspicion, "Trelk, will you change your ways once free?" Trelk nearly laughed as he countered, "The chances of that happening are about as high as the humans letting you live once you no longer serve a purpose." Keepark's face turned dark as he walked away. As the days passed on board the cruiser, tension lingered in the air. Special Agent Wall seemed more reserved than usual, lost in thought about the impending meeting with the mysterious Karugi. Keepark, always the one to lighten the mood, attempted to engage the team in casual conversation during mealtimes, sharing anecdotes from past missions to break the tension. Special Agent Martinez, with her keen sense of observation, noticed the subtle shifts in each team member's demeanor and filed away these observations for future reference. Meanwhile, Trelk remained mostly silent, his mind seemingly occupied with thoughts unknown to the rest of the team. Occasionally, when he thought no one was watching, a flicker of concern crossed his face, hinting at a hidden vulnerability beneath his tough exterior. The distant hum of the cruiser's engines filled the silence between conversations, a constant reminder of their isolation in the vast expanse of space. With each passing day, the team drew closer to their destination, the unknown awaiting them like a shroud of uncertainty hanging over their mission. Halfway through the trip, Agents Wall and Martinez confronted Trelk about his silence. With genuine curiosity, Agent Wall inquired, "Is there something about the Karugi you haven't told us? Even if it may be unlikely, it seems to concern you enough to keep you silent." With a thoughtful expression, Martinez pressed on gently. "Is there a reason behind your unease, Trelk? Your silence speaks volumes. Something about these ancient tales seems to weigh heavily on your mind." Trelk rubbed his head a few times before answering. "There are other stories that I have heard of the Karugi. They were the ones who ventured into our part of the galaxy thousands of years ago. Some stories say they captured you Klops from Earth thousands of years ago. I believe you were called Neanderthals back then. But you were not the only ones. There were stories of other races, not you or the humans, but similar to you. I was checking the Human Alliance history banks to find information on what other races they could have taken. There have been other evolved primates that Earth planet seemed to favor in its evolution. Agent Wall thought on Trelk's words for a few moments before responding. You believe there is a particular reason they want evolved primates? Trelk answered with a concerned look. It fits. They could have easily enslaved the Olims or the Swamps. Both races would have been much closer. Why primates? No offense, Agent Wall, but your kind was enslaved because the Lentoro needed strong, trainable slaves that could survive cold climates, and you were not too distant from their home world, which made it a profitable trip. But a trip this long would run at a loss unless they had active trading posts along the way. They never did. Agent Wall absorbed Trelk's words, his expression inscrutable as he contemplated the implications of this new information with his cybernetic implants whirling. The notion of such selective interest is indeed perplexing, he mused aloud, addressing Trelk directly. If their pursuits were solely driven by commerce, as with past species, then the Karugi's fixation on specific evolutionary branches raises concerns about motives beyond conventional understandings of alien interaction. It sets a tone of caution as we approach this enigmatic encounter, knowing that their history may hold deeper secrets than we initially assumed. K. Park joined the conversation. Don't you think Alliance intelligence already thought of that? Why do you think they sent their expendables? Again, no offense to Agents Wall or Martinez, but we aren't exactly what would be considered invaluable assets now, are we? Just like before, we get sent into a sticky situation with no hope of actual backup, and we have to find our own way out if things go south. Trelk replied comically, That's why you are here. The great Key Park is going to keep us all safe from the big bad Karugis. Trelk continued as he addressed the agents directly. I didn't finish answering your questions. My concern is that once again, I am risking my life and my ship on a dangerous mission while the both of you withhold information. Kapark is right. These concerns were already addressed by the Alliance, and I very much doubt they would throw 2 of their agents this far out without a proper briefing. I believe Kapark and I have risked much in the past to deserve a little more trust with the information. After a few moments, Agent Martinez broke the silence. You are right, as usual, Trelk. There is more to this mission than an in-person greeting. You both were going to be briefed when we were closer. The truth is, the Karugi need us, and we have been sent to investigate if they actually do need us, exactly what they need us for, and what they can offer us. It would be foolish to not take this trip and see what can be gained from them. Nearing the end of the trip, the ship was hailed by a Karugi ship. The entire team were in shock when the Karugi representative appeared on the communication screen. They could not believe what they were seeing, as it was evident the Karugi were evolved primates. Trelk simply muttered, Homo naledi?